So I guess for me, having a functional safety background, that's what we started using when we start building the different frameworks to manage safety within the business. And then when we start talking a bit more about system safety, which interesting is not a new concept, but I guess it was new for autonomous mining. I guess for us, we do have the benefit of being exposed to different asset classes. So I guess within the rail industry, system safety has been used for quite some time. So I guess that's where we were able to become curious and start understanding the similarities. And then when we think about what system safety is about, it gives you that holistic approach on how to demonstrate safety, and then that just opens the portfolio of different flow paths, how you can demonstrate that your system, your procedures, and the way how you make an operation safe that can be documented. So in a nutshell, that's what system safety is trying to do, have that holistic approach and put those elements together. And then the intent of this guideline is to carry on with the good work that the team did with the white paper, and then try to provide a set of rules that is easier for the mining industry and for this audience that we have in here to apply within their operations. Heather, if you don't mind going to the next one. So one of the first things that we did prior this year when we started with the working sessions and really developing the content was to really think what we wanted to include on the guideline. And out of there, I guess as we said, we don't really want to reinvent the wheel. We want to keep that consistency, but at the same time, really add the information that is needed, as well as references to a lot of good information that is out there. And I guess that's what we've been doing for the last 2 months so far during the working sessions. Just go into that. So one of the first steps that we started to do was to really expand the system safety life cycle. As you'll see, we had actually something pretty robust already on the white paper. So we were using that as the basis. We've gone through a series of review comparing to existing standards and different guidelines out there to really ensure that it makes sense what we have, and just see how we can expand it and detail more on each of the phases. In addition to that, we, as part of this life cycle, we really want to put emphasis on the operations philosophy and the operations concept, intends to really allow the end users to define how they're going to operate and how they want to use this technology to really satisfy a need. So I guess a little bit there of, system engineering approaches on how you define your user needs, and that's what we want also to document there. So yeah, let's go to the next slide, Heather. I'll touch on those points next. So one thing that I guess I realize on my day-to-day work is that, when you are managing an operation, it's really important to have solid supporting processes. And that's when you realize that is key to really have an adequate management system, safety management, that's how we call it, plan, and really understand how you're going to go about to manage these systems. And that goes from, everybody knows about change management, how you manage your configuration, but then you start realizing that you need to have something in place to upgrade the system. So back to your management plan, how do you manage those upgrades? And then what happens when things don't go unexpected and you identify a systematic failure that is impacting all your assets? The idea is you need to have that sort of like response plans on how you're going to go about that. So we have created a section that is about supporting processes. So what we're trying to do here, probably different than going and reading a standard, is like we are somehow structuring from an end user standpoint. So probably more like that sort of experience that we have been having for during this time managing the systems. So it's almost like a top to bottom approach, how we are developing these particular supporting processes. In addition to that, something that we are putting emphasis, and probably that's one of the lessons from the rail industry, is to really document what safety assurance is and how safety assurance and safety performance indicators and monitoring is quite important for the demonstration of safety. Let's go to the next one, Heather. So then, in addition to that, we've been having quite a few conversations about really explaining what a safety case is. And then, as you'll see, probably there is a lot of applications of a safety case, and probably developers and the suppliers of technology will have a safety case on how they develop the technology. We are trying to make a differentiation there where we recognize that particular safety case, but we also want to introduce more end user safety case, and then through Venn diagrams or different ways of depict how do they interact with each other, and then just to really understand what are those particular linking bits in between where end users and suppliers need to interact to really demonstrate safety. In addition to that, we are emphasizing the product upgrade piece, as in you introduce a new system into your operation, but once it's introduced, you will have to really understand how you're going to manage the process of upgrading this system through its like product life cycle. So that becomes a bit challenging, especially you have multiple systems integrating with each other. So then, yeah, I guess we realized as end users and us being probably exposed to upgrades all the time, we want to provide that guidance and probably best practices in the way how they should be managed, and probably challenges that will be encountered. Yeah, Heather, let's go to the next one. All right, so I believe that was my last slide. So, but I guess just a final comments. It's been, I guess, to me, this is the first time that I'm more involved in this capacity to be like supporting the development of this guidance node. It's been a great experience. It's great the way how you get to communicate with different people. It's been a very good learning experience. So I encourage everybody on the call that has desire to express their ideas and thoughts on these topics. Sometimes you don't have to be an expert to provide input. It's just having that desire to really learn about topics and share your skill set. So we still have a set of working sessions for the system safety guidance now based at the end of June. So please reach out if you would like to be part of those. I'm pretty sure we'll find a place for you on one of the sections. Thank you.